I don't do many Kickstarters really. One of the reasons is that while they are often good value, that to get that good value you need to hit a certain level. Often $150 and up. This is not huge funds, but it can be enough, especially as most have ended up being late. 2 of them around a year late, and one, Palladium Books Robotech, was only half delivered and the rest never will be. There is no accountability on Kickstarter, so you have to be smart. I have become a lot more choosy with the ones I do, and I have focused on smaller companies for a couple of reasons. 1. They are smaller. A sale to a small company has more impact to them than the same sale to a big company. The smaller guys can use our help. 2. Small companies at the moment are taking chances. Their designs are individual. They're not filling a quota of 20 mini releases this month so that we need 3 mages and 3 fighters and 6 monsters, etc. Each mini a small company releases is a project fueled by passion and can be a design that a big company may not ever have done. 3. The smaller companies might not have the deep stretch goals, but they tend to be cheaper to buy into. I have one on here where the buy-in was $12 for a single 32mm mini. I'm not risking big bucks. The smaller companies have been closer to being on time. Cool designs and fueling that passion and creativity is a good thing to do, I think. One of my favourite smaller companies is Ouroboros Miniatures. I've reviewed their Barbarian Queen and love her. She is on my painting bench at the moment. I was lucky enough to be able to do their new skin Kickstarter. It wasn't a huge buy-in and the artwork looked awesome. The first thing that pulled me towards doing it is that I do love miniature painting, but as I do a bunch of RPGs like Star Trek, Star Wars, D&D, L5R, Genesis, Shadowrun and Starfinder, I tend to get minis that are fueling an idea from one of these, and New Skin did just that, giving me a Starfinder idea the moment I saw it, so I jumped in. It was a little late in delivery, but nothing outside usual Kickstarter timetables, and if I'm honest, it wasn't that late and it didn't bother me. The miniature. Well, I was going to just start with it, but there is something that doesn't get many people excited, but I think it's worth mentioning. The packaging. Oh, I know now that I have the attention of the 2 guys in anoraks and wellies that collect packaging, but seriously, the packaging is excellent. The miniature comes in a wonderful case. It can be hung from a display or a wall workspace like I have. It's strong and protects the miniature and is side opening. It's great. Inside, the arms and head are neatly placed and the body is wrapped tightly in bubble wrap. Nothing on either miniature I've received from them has had anything broken. The care to get the miniature to me safely is appreciated. You do need to be careful removing the body from the bubble wrap. She is holding the skin in her hands, and those pieces of resin are, as you'd expect, not that strong. Just be careful when separating the body from the bubble wrap and all is good. She comes in 4 pieces, so build time is next to nothing. Dry fitting the pieces, I found there were no issues and everything went together very well. The resin has a nice texture. It's smooth but feels quality. Some resins are cheap and just don't feel good. The body detail is pretty awesome. The detail is really clear and I'm not sure if there was an original sculpt or a 3D model. A lot more companies are using 3D models for their designs now. But either way, the detail is really sharp. It's also not overdone. There was a trend in the 2000s of hyper detail. It was, I think, in part fueled by advances in manufacturing which allowed more detail on the finished product. Which was great, but companies like Games Workshop seemed to adopt a leave no panel untouched approach, and there was so much detail thrown on every mini they did that it was crazy. Thankfully, companies for the most part have gotten over this. New Skin is a wonderful balance between detail telling a story, but it not being so crazy as to be blinding. The 2 arms are both very nice. One of mine has some flash which will need a little cleanup. Always take your sweet frickin' time when doing cleanup on hands. Those fingers will be delicate and a ham-fisted approach is going to do nothing but break them and then it will all end in tears. The head is pretty amazing and the natural expression perfect for the emotionless machine that she is. Or an AI of incredible emotional depth. Really the choice is yours and in a way that's a great thing when a single miniature can tell more than one story. Very recommended.